speaking of going to school, like, so you're a Fulbright scholar, right?
Yeah.
And I know I've talking to you about like scholarships, and you're really big and involved with the like students and scholarships community, stuff like that. Like you have your own Facebook page where you help like other students get informed about scholarships.
Mhm.
And you said it's like 10,000,
No, it's not 10,000.
10 like a thousand,
It's 10K, yeah.
10,000 like followers. Tell me about that. So, well, tell me what is what is Fulbright Scholarship?
So first of all, Fulbright Scholarship is a scholarship that was founded back in 1946 by an American senator named William Fulbright. So he was a really famous senator in American history. He served the longest term in the Senate Committee for Foreign Affairs. And basically, like Fulbright Scholarship is one of the most prestigious scholarship. It helps American to go and study in other foreign countries, and and the other way around, like students from from countries outside the U.S. they come and get education in the U.S. And yes, I'm out here for my master's degree program. And speaking of my Facebook page, I started it like
Well, what's it called?
it's called EdOn-Kh.
EdOn?
At EdOn-Kh. It stands for Education Online for Khmer.
Okay, and
I would choose to go with,
and you created that?
yeah, I created that.
And has 10,000 followers.
It was like 3 years ago. And I was like, at that time, I was not awarded the scholarship yet. I was like still working. And I thought like, hey, I'm free at the weekend, so I want to do something which, would give benefits to the young people. Because young Cambodians, a lot of young Cambodians, if they were not really informed about the opportunities to study abroad, some really do really good at school, but they just like spend 4 years in college and have never had a chance to go abroad. And some even pay to go abroad, while there are still lots of opportunities for them to go, study in other countries. Great.
Yeah.
So I'm the one who actually got awarded with a lot of scholarship prior to getting Fulbright. I was awarded scholarship to study in Singapore, Japan, China, Indonesia, Thailand, and after that, America. So I created a Facebook page, and I started as a trainer. I taught them English for free.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I taught them grammar. There's a grammar course online, because like during the pandemics, there's a lot of students who are really interested in finding out the opportunities to keep themselves busy. So yeah, I created the programs by myself, and I also taught the students online, making use of the other available platforms, including Google Meets and stuff, because like Google Meet is a free platform. So
Yeah.
basically, you just put out a poster. And I don't know, I didn't even know how to make a poster. that was one of my weaknesses.
Yeah.
But I found a way, and you can guess what I used. Canvas. Yeah. I think that is you already have a template. All you have to do is to sign up for an account. And then there's a lot of template. Yeah, a lot of templates. So you don't need to be really good. You don't need to
They did it for you.
be illustrator. Well, if I knew that would be also good.
Yeah.
Because I really want to learn how to make things like that. But
You can show them that too.
yeah, and Canva. So I make posters in basically in Khmer. Like for example, Grammar Club, that lasts for like maybe 2 months and a half, and I taught like 25 students. I also make a 2 big conferences, online conferences that helping high school Cambodian.
You made the conferences?
A big online conference.
But what like, is it like where you invite guest speakers and stuff?
Yeah, I invited some of my friends who like got a scholarship to study overseas.
Yeah.
I invited like 20 of them, and each of those, like, they studied, something. So they got in and tell the Cambodian high school student that, hey, if you study this particular major, what you could do with this major and stuff. So like, yeah, I did that like twice back in 2019 and 2020. But very sad, since I'm here, I don't have like, I was really busy with my schoolwork, so I decided not to do it. But yeah, I had done that for 2 years in a row, and we each time had about like 300 high school students who came into Zoom, because like Zoom allows you to put that into breakout sessions.
Yeah.
So we have like 20 speakers. It's a parallel session. So like each speaker is for one particular major. Like one person for computer science, one person for law, and other. It's like students don't even know what these majors are.
Really?
Yeah.
Are these like high school students?
The student lots of them really focus on, whether or not they will, they will focus on how to pass the high school exam.
And that's
It's like
without going to college.
here, when you go to grade 12, you have to take the exam in order to graduate.
Yeah.
It's a national exam.
Yeah, like, yeah, they're only worried about the exam, but that shows them like, oh, there's more.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah. What can you do with this particular subject? And what scholarship available for you? And more importantly, like not just these conferences, also have like scholarship sessions, invite different speakers to come over, and they're online. They can have it done online. Yeah.
And you coordinate this all yourself. Right?
Yeah, by myself.
Yeah. Do you have like
No, I think I didn't have a team. Some people thought that particular Facebook page
was like
has a big team, but just me. I'm the founder, I'm the trainer, I'm the course maker and stuff.
what about now? Is it still
Now, like, no more because like I'm still working on my
on your college?
my college.
Okay, so-
Yeah.
I remember when I went to see you last week, you were recording a video. Was that for that same Facebook group?
No, this is for another Facebook that I just created. That's for my another Facebook page that runs that I also have.
Mm-hmm.
That goes with my own name, Sivutha.
Okay.
And I just want to share the experience from my side as a Fulbright student.
Okay.
What I'm doing here, what I'm studying, where have I visited and stuff. This is for another particular.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is the other Facebook group open for people to join, or is that one still active right now?
Yeah, there was that.
So people can still join.
Both are still
Both.
active.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like for an EdOn-Kh job, I can't really, I don't have the time to actually make courses, run programs like what I.
like how you did before.
And all the resources are still in there for people to see, right?
Yeah.
So we can link that on the YouTube video for people to join for this. But this is for Khmer students.
Well, it's a Facebook page, so anyone can see.
But it's like all the content is usually like
Yeah, the content I did both. Like, for the first part of the content is in Khmer, and there's a translation below that. Yeah, so
that's pretty good. That's really cool that you're doing that. Like I feel like because you told me that a lot of Khmer students don't even make it to college because they're not really exposed to the opportunity or like they're educated on the opportunities to go to college.
Yeah.
So I feel like having that kind of resource that you're doing to try to let them know like, hey, this is available. You don't have to just do this and that, like that you see your parents that you can do more. Especially in a developing country like Khmer, like where, I feel like everything kind of reversed during the war.
Yeah.
And people are trying to bounce back. So this is like a good way to let them know like, hey, the opportunities there, you have to go out good. And with Fulbright, I know you said that it's very, very competitive, right?
Yeah.
So like you have to like, it was between you and how many students?
I think there's a lot of applicants, a lot of applications each year.
Yeah.
And they only selected like 7 people
Out of the whole country, right?
out of the whole country.
Dang.
So basically, like they're choosing students of different majors. So basically, those 7 people, they study like different majors. Like I'm in education, but the others take their own different majors. So they're not choosing another person for education. After
So it's for each major.
for each major.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, like they can't choose 2 people or 2 students who study the same education field. There's got to be one.
So you're the only one from the education one. Which is the biggest major for
I think they don't have a priority for what kind of major they want. It's just like if you show that you have the vision to help and to come back and help Cambodia, and they'll see into that.
Yeah. So I know you were telling me, tell me about like your process on how you like were trying to get this scholarship. Because I know you said that you applied to a bunch of scholarships, but you were looking for a Fulbright primarily. But then you had like hopes that you were going to get it anymore.
Yeah.
But then you like surprisingly got it.
Yeah. So at first, because in Cambodia there are a lot of scholarships.
Yeah.
Because like we have scholarships that are offered by the Australian government. It's called Australian Awards. That is the first one that I applied to after having spent like 2 years in working as a teacher in Cambodia. That was the one that I really focused on because like at that time I really wanted to go to Australia. Because like Australia is one of the developed countries out there, and they really have world-class education. So I applied for Australia, but after that I saw the announcement from Fulbright, and considering the fact that at that time I thought that I thought that Fulbright was very competitive.
Yes.
Because it's one of the most prestigious scholarships in Cambodia, and I think that attracts a lot of like outstanding applicants.
Yeah.
I think, oh, maybe not gonna make it, but I just want to see how this, the
Just give it a shot.
Yeah, I just want to give it a shot. It's just like, oh, if I didn't try it now, I didn't know what the application looked like.
Yeah.
So after finishing my application for Australian award, I decided to apply for Fulbright. So I was hoping that I would get at least to the interview round for the Australian award, but it turns out that I was not shortlisted. I
And
was very disappointed.
yeah, that's the one you really wanted, right?
And I thought to myself, like, oh, even I couldn't get into Australia award, how on earth am I going to get like a
Fulbright. Yeah,
it's on it's
the
another.
higher level.
Then like a level, yeah.
I decided to get, let's forget about it. And like a couple of weeks later, I got an email invited me to the interview. So then the rest is history.
What was your emotion when you got that email?
Well, at that time, I thought that it was like just another call for application for another thing. So maybe it's just like informed me that I did not make it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like looking at the email.
Yeah.
After I finished my work, I sat down and then I look at the email. I was surprised. I couldn't believe myself. Like, oh, so now actually, I thought to myself like, oh, now I got the interview round.
Yeah.
So yeah, I said that okay, I'll give it my best shot.
Yeah.
To see how it worked, and the rest is history.
How were your parents happy?
Well, yeah, but I think my parents, they're really excited, but just like they don't know how to get their feeling out.
Yeah.
But they on one side they're really happy that I got a scholarship, but on the other side they're really worried because I'm the only child of the family.
Yeah.
And getting the scholarship means that I'll come to the States 2 years.
Away from them.
Yeah. So it's a very exciting moment for my parents and also a heartbreaking moment.
Yeah. Because you're the only kid too.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of when I was in high school, I tried to apply for a lot of scholarships, even like the very like niche ones where it says if you're born in 1992, this scholarship's for you. I applied for that. I didn't get anything. I had like a cousin that helped me, that would try to help me get scholarships, but I never had any good luck with them.
The reason that makes Fulbright very prestigious and a lot of people want it because like once you are Fulbrighters, you have access to American education. They pay for your school. They give you stipend, and there's a lot of things behind that.
You got a lot of benefits.
Yeah. And like to most people, audience coming to America is one of their dreams. And I can say that studying in America has been, a dream come true for me.
So with the coming here was a dream for you too.
Yeah.
So how's your experience here? So it's not even a year yet, but you came here
like 4 months.
4 months?
Yeah.
4 months?
4 months.
I thought you got here like early this year.
No, I came in August.
Oh, that's right, you did this year. I remember the email.
Yeah.
So how do you like
There's
this?
a lot of things that I like about being here. First of all, I got to do a lot of things that I couldn't do in Cambodia. Because like Cambodia, coming from an underdeveloped country to this very developed country, you see a lot of differences.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the public transport system and others. So yeah, it's really fun to see all these things.
What cities have you visited so far?
Oh yes, I traveled to New York, DC, Delaware of my school. So yeah, these are very beautiful cities.
So your school's the University of Delaware, right?
University of Delaware.
Yeah, but that wasn't your first choice.
That's one of my first choices.
It was one of your first choices?
Yeah, one of my first choices.
So I remember you saying it was one of your first choices because it's not like a very prestigious school, so that means they can afford more.
It's like once you got accepted to the Fulbright program, they help you, like they come up with different choices. Like for first is I can't remember what the other three were, but I decided to come to University of Delaware because, like, first of all, the school where the president started. So that is one of the reasons that really
for you
attracted to
Joe Biden. That is something that really attracted me. But I really want to study in a public school, and I believe that the other three schools, they are private schools.
What schools were they?
I think one is I can't remember. It's called Lehigh University.
Lehigh?
Yeah,
right. Lehigh?
Yeah, that I never knew. Another one is College of Boston, which is too expensive.
Boston's
Boston altogether.
very expensive.
The program only lasts for 1 year.
And
If you was to go to Boston, it only lasts 1 year.
Yeah, only 1 year. So I decided to come. Delaware,
Yeah.
the program is longer.
A little longer. Yeah.
Program. So 1 year is too hectic, bro.
1 year.
Yeah.
You gotta squeeze everything.